When the sun suddenly stopped in the sky, calamity followed. Stone-armored dredge poured out of the north. A darkness bled across the land, and a world-devouring serpent carved chasms in search of something. The races of men and Val fled south in vast caravans, dealing with the dredge General Bellower and the treachery of Borsgard's governor, Rugger, to eventually arrive at the human capital of Arborang. Rugger's scheming and old rivalries with the king of Arborang poisoned their chances for safety. Can they restore the peace before the city turns on itself? Juno and Eyvind, powerful spellweavers who claim they can turn back the darkness, continued on to the Valka libraries, where a terrible confrontation left Manahar in ruin. The spellweavers now have no choice but to push into the darkness itself, protected only by a spell of light and a reluctant crew of mercenaries. Will they be able to drive away the darkness before all of Arborang and humanity is swallowed up? And at what cost? One way or another, the saga comes to a close.
We were as far from safety as we could have been. Me, Rook, and Alette, in our small town of Skor. So much has changed since then. We traveled the length of the world to escape serpents and dredge. And still it was not enough. What I do now is madness. Somewhere in the darkness, I've been told, lurks an answer to all our desperate questions. I will make sure it sees the light of day. All I care about now is that the friends, no, the family I fought to deliver to Arborang, live to see the sun move again.
Did I just see a trophy notification? A single white bird catches your eye, drifting overhead like a kite. How long has it been since you last saw a bird? Alette. They're almost ready for battering ring again. Get up. You're exhausted. The gates of Arborang have closed you and many other refugees. And now you've joined an uphill battle to change that, both literally and figuratively. What are you doing? Staring at clouds? Ah, I know that look. Of all the choices I could have made, why side with Rugga? It's because your father taught you right from wrong, Alette, before he died. And you couldn't let King Meinolf abandon thousands of us out here, with the dredge on the horizon and the darkness closing. Let me make this easy for you. Once we get through that wall, we go our separate ways. You won't see the governor of Borsgard again. Is that a promise, Rugga? Depends on whether we succeed today. Your eyes descend to the battered outer wall of Arborang. Days' worth of broken bodies have sewn scarlet ribbons in the mud. They'll be waiting to greet us with swords and axes. That's why you're here. Who knows, maybe they'll lay down their blades at the mere sight of the hero from Skogar. If the gates stand again, even if we bash our way in, it won't stand, not this time. Trust me. Just remind your horse folk whose side they're on, will you? They're making the rest of us uneasy. His grin is jagged as a hyena's and half as reassuring. He barks and fighters begin to form up again. Massive amount of upgrades after we start giving out to people. What the fuck is that? Okay. Don't know how that got there, but okay. And with that, I'll give the Horn of Lithmane to Alette. Now, where was it? Ah, yes. Holy shit, she has a lot. That should make her better. And Trigby. So yeah, from this point onward, this is going to be a blind run. Why? It's like I said, I never played 3 before due to it not coming out to iPhone. So, I am pretty much going to take a much slower amount of time here while I deal with all this, and hopefully this whole episode won't just be me maxing out people's stats. that everyone's at level 8 or higher, which, oh boy. I already gave the Horn of Lithbane to Olet. Let's give God's Scale to Canary. I can see if we can't sell Olet's bracelet. And here we go into battle.
Well, don't lie to the scientist. It's not known for building unpleasant bodies. Catch up with Dr. Saga pretty quick. Let's see here. We got Kitty Walker, that guy from Link on That Line, the stunt double from Batman Returns. Oh, shit, that's Peter Spellin. Who? Oh, he's a voice actor in a lot of anime that I like. He was Mona the Gale from Trigon, Gillian, and
What do you guys think? Oh, so this is actually a special objective. A lull in the fighting gives you a moment to take stock of what your allies are doing. Tarboring's defenders fall, Rugga exorcises a mischievous ghost of a smile. You brace yourself for whatever he's about to do. Brothers, our hearts have never been in killing kinsmen, Rugga shouts, turning so everyone can hear him. If this is what it takes to unite us, so be it! He crosses his wrists above his head as he approaches Tarboring's guards, their weapons rattling with mistrust. Ollie groans, Provo still drowned. What treachery now? Rugga's hands are bound. Spiders draw back, unsure of what has happened. Hours later, an answer finally arrives. Kings are drawn open, your great surprise. King Meinolf decrees an end to this fighting. He welcomes all refugees into the city. Shouts a man in Arborn's colors. But as the captain of his guard, I warn you, do not test his generosity. A crush of people slowly pile through the gates, squeezing close together. The guard captain calls you over as you pass. He has Rugga close at hand. If it were up to me, I'd have you in chains alongside Rugga. But our king has asked for you personally. He says you're to be treated as a guest. I've been ordered to escort you to a gathering at the Great Hall along with this cur. Rugga flashes the sort of grin that makes him so comfortable. Good to see you too, Petrus. The captain now. You've been busy. Petrus restrains himself. He considered the king's surprising orders. I'd enjoy it. Trust me, you would not. King Meinolf will speak to you both when we reach the Great Hall. Don't try anything. The king may be willing to trust you based on stories alone, but I am not. Look at how many people there are. Fields between the outer and inner walls of Arboring are burning with different peaceful flames. All stares and masses in it. A pair of curious children run up to you and all. Can I ride the horse, people? Gasps the young boy. His mother grabs him by the arm, blurting apologies. A man with a short banner of his own approaches. Excuse my wife and sons. There isn't anyone in Arboring who hasn't heard of you. We're a small clan, he continues. Strong men and smart women. Give us the honor of joining our banner to yours. Oddleif gives you an uncertain shrug. The man claps you on the shoulder, and many other clans promise to sell their banners to yours as you travel towards the Great Hall. Barter thrives in the shadow of the castle. People haggle their treasured family heirlooms for a handful of grain. Between robbery and theft, it's been a real problem, Petrus tells you. Eventually, we gave up patrolling the lower rings of Arboring. Every man for himself down here. Passed through more than a few reminders of better times. The gossip is very freely. Most items and supplies are outrageously expensive. Still, you can afford to take a look. Here and there, a piece of someone's old life catches your eye. People are ready to kill us just out. And I like what they're doing with this war ground. That first stop happened where it's just the shadow of the bar. That was nice. There's going to be a lot more purple in this game. Thought you'd get away with this, a man slurs nearby. He and his cronies are already drinking their way through the streets. We demand justice, he bleats in the face of a confused horseborn. Ahead, more horses in the rear of a spear front. Narrator companions thrust weapons and words back at their accusers, unintimidated. Stay out of this, Petrus warns. You've done enough already. His guards tried to separate the angry clansmen, but only managed to fan the flames. "Justice for Talir!" turns into a chant, spreading until it affects a great mass of people. "The horseborn came with you," they accuse. "You're protecting murderers!" Someone attacks and others follow. So let's take Eagle out and replace him with... First, hold on. Let's see if we can't upgrade. No, we cannot. There we go.
Lost for centuries, and all you have for me is he pulled the switch. It's like a perfect blend between Christopher Walken and Rod Steiger. Wait for it. Go on, zoom in. You might.
Crowd looks riled up. Kill the rabble rousers in blue and the rest may flee. Looks like we're getting spectrum. A lot more in depth than they were in 2. would kill everyone. They don't want to risk more injuries. Canary, the usually charismatic leader of the large horseborn tribe, wears a deep scowl. Why men attack? Why so much shout? Everyone thinks you're horseborn pillaged to Lear. This is important, Canary. Is it true? City to east? Yes, kill many men, take many things. You need more? Oddleif's mouth opens but finds no words. You admit it? You plundered Talir and killed people there? Many food, many weapons. Bring to you. You eat, you take. You slaughtered them and gave their things to us? Canary looks from Oddleif to you, puzzled, and back to Oddleif. Her front hooves pound the dirt and she gestures in the air. You kill at walls, you kill on road, man, horseborn, every. No, that's... Damn, it's not the same thing. She doesn't get the difference. They must have done this before we even met them. How are we going to explain this away? There's nothing to explain. We either defend them or we don't. Canary? We listen. For now. But we are not pets. I have to hope this is all going to be worth the trouble, oddly. Me too. In the crowds, you notice new Varl who just now entered the gates. Ghana's gone off to meet them and eventually catch up. A familiar face glares in their direction as he speaks. Eventually we cross paths with Bolverk and his ravens at the old fort. Remember Bolverk, the berserker? Hard to forget. I thought I did some hard marches in our day, but not like this. Bolverk went his own way. Lucky we arrived when we did. I wasn't sure our road would still be here where you went. Have they treated you well since we parted, Khan? They left us to fend for ourselves as soon as we got here. It's good to have more Varl in our army, so look at that. Something is universal still. Don't think I've forgotten why Einertopt fell, little one. Or forget it. Khan, where is that rat-haired mender responsible anyway? Gone to the north, into the darkness. Juno and Avon claim they can solve this. Is that so? Juno and Avon. Makes you wonder who started the trouble in the first place. Grofheim is gone, Einertopt is gone, Jorundur, gone. The Dredge, on the other hand, Bolverk said he ran across Islas near Bendal, and Bellower is probably on his way here right now. We defeated Bellower in Bowersdorf. I saw it myself. Bellower doesn't die. What of the others like Walker or Seed? We don't know where they went. Has Zoo been around here somewhere to write these things down at least? Afraid not. He decided to go south to Horseborn lands. Of course. And I guess we're the last Varl gone. Let's bring ruin to the Dredge like the old days. Of our bones the hills. The Khan breaks into a wide grin, clasping forearms with his soul. A strange gladness about him. Of our bones the hills. Well, looks like there are all sorts of Varl around the place. And it doesn't look like they're going to be friends with us anytime soon. Oh wait. Point of Lickbane is what you get when you buy the trilogy. Oh, now I remember where it came from. What's this? pass crossing the field from the outer gate to the inner black rock is longer than it looks. But you walk through dense, smoky streets, escalating toward the rise in the black rock plateau. Rugga shuffles beside the guards who carry his chains. He has been unusually silent, but now he speaks softly in your ear. Careful, Hunter, he says even before he gets shouts. It's like trouble ahead. It is trouble. A few yards ahead, you spy one of Petrus's guards face down, an arrow in his head. Petrus curses angrily and runs ahead just as armed men appear from the crowd surrounding him and attacking his guards. It would be a tragedy if something happened to him. Killers emerge from a well-staged trap to plunge arrows and axes into more guards. An ambush! Shouts Petrus. Alright, let's see some troop movement. Here. Yeah, even on normal difficulty, the enemies in Banner Saga 3 seem to be smarter. I mean, they're still like, they still cluster on each other like a bunch of dumb soldiers, but still, the fact that they seem to be great. Eric's actually getting stronger. Oh, damn. It's hard. I didn't think they would be able to do that. Turns on Juno. There we go. Eric gets promoted. Petrus rallies his men with tremendous skill. He quickly repel the ambush with his head. Wiping his blade clean of blood, Petrus then leans on the rugged hard twists and feet until the man is curled in a quivering ball of ground. Crashing into Petrus is satisfied. Back to your business, he barks at gawking bystanders. Once the caravan is ready to move again, Petrus finds him regret. You showed your colors there, he said. It's noted. Now let's get this miserable bastard to a dark cell. Looks like an awful lot of stairs. No doubt why Mino feels safe watching from above. Finally approach the black stone walls deep at the center of Arborang. Petrus instructs you to head up the stairs while he hauls Rugga away. Oddleaf huffs when she learns she can't join you. I guess only the important people are invited, she says. I'll try to find a place for the rest of us. What do you think is best? I'll do what I can, says Oddleaf. But up on top of that hill is where we ought to be. Oddleaf looks back at the Great Hall. Maybe if she had the king's ear, she suggests. black rock plateau casts a long indigo shadow over you like a storm cloud. As you climb the steps, the view shifts from verdant green hills into a morbid panorama of carnage and darkness. Eventually, you come to stand beside rich and powerful men with long names and banners, called before King Meinolf as you were. Hakon is here, as well as Canary, both given a wide berth. From where you stand at the back of his enormous hall, King Meinolf looks small and withered up on the throne. He speaks slowly, as if stepping carefully through cobwebs of old memories. You can only hear bits and pieces about changes of heart and protecting the weak. Eventually, you give up trying to make out the words. Suddenly, the hall goes silent. Everyone has turned to stare at you. The king beckons and you approach. With this, the king sends the crowd away and takes you aside privately. You are to be thankful person for bringing my son home to me. Now I'm afraid I'm selfish to beg a favor of you. The road between Beauregard and Arborang is long, especially shared with a man like Rugged. Tell me, how did you fare in his company? Yet somehow he commands the loyalty of many. Maybe it says something about the hearts of men. I suspect you already know this, but the man is poisoned. We did it when we met in good faith to negotiate peace. My menders have been unable to find a cure. Greg and I have something of a long and miserable history. He would gladly watch me live. Perhaps you can cook some antidote for him. Convince him on my behalf. This is how it is now. King tosses something at you, glittering for a moment in flight. Puts a hand to his head. Take this and do with it as you please. I have no need for it soon. The king calls for Petrus, and you soon hear his hard boots echoing off the high ceilings. My king? Captain Petrus, our friend Alette, has agreed to speak with Rugga. Petrus, follow young Alette's orders. You're now hers to command as she needs. See that this gets resolved as soon as possible. There's the honored guest trophy, whatever that is. Holy shit, 77. Petrus escorts you to your camp, which was set up while you were gone. I know King Meinolf asked you to speak with Rugga once, but after his men ambushed us, I may have been too. He's not capable of speech for the moment. Seems like you two also have some history. I'll bring you to speak with him as soon as possible. For now, I suggest rest. It has been a long day for us all. Outleaf has been waiting for you to return. You can hear singing and laughing in the distance. Where is everyone? Celebrating. For the first time since we left Skoger, we can just stop. We made it. Thanks to you. I don't feel done yet. The Judge could easily tear through a flimsy outer wall if they wanted to. As far as I can tell, we've still got no answer to the darkness. What do you think Ivor's doing right now? I can drink to that. It feels strange, this sudden calm. Nothing to do but wait. You're right, I can't even work on Rugga yet. The guard captain went wild on him. Good. On the other hand, what if Meinolf dies? Between Rugga's loyalists, the Horseborn, and the power struggle, the facility might turn on itself. The harder we try to grip this world, the faster it seems to slip from our fingers. We can't stop the world, all we can do is try to hold on. Come on, you deserve one night of happiness. Outleaf fakes a brave face and leads you to where the rest are already celebrating. That was chapter 16. Oh, wow. Oh, and they actually have a moving camera. That's nice.
darkness hasn't responded to anything I've tried so far. Damn you, Juno! How did you... I can't give up.
What am I doing here? I left my friends in Arborang and joined the Spellweavers, Juno and Eyvind, on their journey to undo the darkness and put an end to a world-eating serpent. Juno fashioned a dome of light around us, and we pushed into the darkness. I expected desolation. Instead, we've passed villages that look as though melted, and forests curled like fishhooks. I've had a bad feeling that these things will never again return to the way they once were, even if we succeed. With us came a band of mercenaries, the Ravens, tricked into believing the orders came from their leader. This, too, feels like disaster waiting to happen.
Need to address this now, Juno. Catch one of the Ravens staring at me the third time. Whispering between them become worrisome. Not yet. Soon. The longer you control Folka's mind, the worse it'll be when you drop the tricks. The Ravens you brought with us are hardened mercenaries. They won't take lightly being kidnapped. There was no time to convince them properly. We need their blades and shields out here. What happened out here, exactly? The darkness doesn't kill, it warps. There are things hiding out here we don't want to meet. Perfect. I have a feeling they might notice this giant dome of light. I'm afraid it's necessary. It's the only thing keeping the darkness from warping us as well. I will release Folka's mind soon. If they discover they're trapped within the lights, they will be furious. Help me keep things from spiraling out of control. What I've done, I know how it looks. It isn't the way I wanted things to be. Please, Ira, put your trust in us a little longer. Just fix this. Believe me, we are trying.
The old city on the human-Varl border looms ahead. Twisted into a claw, but still strand. Now, I have to imagine the longboats bringing fish in the harbor, and the bustling of merchants hawking goods. An unexpected light from Strand's great hall calls to us from atop the hill. We'll stop briefly to investigate.
So we're in the tutorial area of the first phase. So they reused some old animation, but then